Whoa. What the fuck, guys? That Pretty Little Liars Halloween special was probably the craziest episode I've ever seen of the show, and I thought the finale was big. And this was huge. I'm going to review to you guys the Halloween special of Pretty Little Liars, Season 4, Episode 13, Grave New Worlds. This episode was so well done. I'm only going to talk about, like, the major things that happened in it because there wasn't a lot going on in this episode. I mean, there was. It was very intense. Most of it was just, like, them searching for Allison and things like that. And you know what? I don't really want to review it that way. I just want to talk about the major plot points that we're getting here and some of the big stuff that I definitely want to talk about so you guys can see my initial reaction and stuff. Normally, I review the whole episode, but for me, this episode, you basically just had two focuses. You had the Pretty Little Liars focus, then you had the Ravenswood stuff. The Ravenswood stuff I will talk about in this review. I am not watching Ravenswood tonight. I will watch Ravenswood tomorrow. Because I did not see Total Drama All-Stars, so I'm going to review that. I'm going to review that after this video. And, so yeah. But let's get to this episode. So the episode tonight, remember how the finale left, the mid-season finale left us with basically the question of, is Ezra A, and them realizing that Allison actually faked her death? Well, that's where this episode pretty much begins. They're in Ravenswood. It's Halloween. You know, it's not Halloween for them. They basically are just dressed in costume, so they mix in with this, like, county fair or something that Ravenswood is doing. So they basically blend in. Really, they're there to find out more about, if Allison is really alive or not. And, you know, there was some really creepy stuff that went on in tonight's episode, definitely. Like, there were some really crazy scenes, I think, especially the scene where we didn't know where Hanna was. I think that scene was huge. I'm like, whoa, were they really going to kill off Hanna tonight? I really thought they were going to kill off Hanna, but they didn't. I thought someone was going to get killed off this episode, but they didn't. We did see that, you know, with Ezra, basically with Ezra, Arya does get a call from Ezra, and he says how, you know, he wants to check up on her and everything. Not really all with Ezra, though. All we saw was, you know, Arya calling, Ezra calling up Arya, and then at the end, which I'll get to, but, what we also saw in this episode was we saw, Ravenswood, and I really want to talk about that part as well, because that was definitely one of the biggest parts of the episode, I think, for me. One of the parts I really liked. I really liked stuff that was going on in Pretty Little Liars. Also, there was this weird old lady who was like this psychic, basically. And there's a lot going on with her character. She's a psychic, and she's very creepy, and she knows a lot. So yeah, we'll definitely get to that. But the other thing we have to talk about is the fact that basically Caleb, as we know, went to Ravenswood to you know, find out more about his father and everything. And his mother. I think it was his mother. And basically what we find out is that, you know, while he's there, there's this other girl, Miranda, who's there, who we can see he clearly likes. Well, we're like, you're dating Hanna. You do remember that, right? You are dating Hanna, Caleb. But, basically, though, he starts to talk to her and everything, and we realize that Ravenswood is definitely not what it seems. I mean, that ties more into the Ravenswood premiere, but we do get a very big scene between Hanna and Caleb. First of all, we did get to see Miranda and Hanna scene. We see Miranda talking to Hanna. Hanna doesn't know where she's gone. She thinks she keeps hearing Allison, basically. And that's the whole thing with this episode. They all kept thinking they're hearing Allison. And as it turns out, Caleb decides that he wants to stay in Ravenswood, so he basically says goodbye to Hanna for a while, and that was kind of a hard scene to watch. They didn't cry or anything, but they broke up in this episode, so it was hard to watch, because I do like them as a couple, and it is going to be hard to watch them, you know, not that they're not together. That is going to be hard to watch, but I did really enjoy their scene together. I thought it was a very good scene. I thought that was very well done, the way they set that up. And then we see and I'll get to the very, very end of the episode once we are, you know, done with the biggest part. So let's get to the biggest part of the episode. So, the they're all searching for Allison and everything. Basically, everything, they're just searching for Allison. They're finding a whole bunch of stuff out. We're hearing, like, this weird, creepy music and stuff. They're finding the weirdest things. They're just, it's very creepy in Ravenswood. The old lady comes up to them, and she tells them, I don't see something, I feel something. And she basically says that she feels that one of them knows Allison closer than any of the other girls. And I don't know what that means, but basically most people think that means Aria is possibly A or something. I don't know if that's true. Maybe Aria knows something that the other ones didn't. I don't really know what that has to do. But he gets the biggest part of the episode. The girls go outside. They think they hear Allison. All this time we keep hearing Allison, Allison. We see Redcoat. Redcoat turns around. Allison is alive. We see Allison. She turns around and she says, "Did you miss me?" And she basically talks to them. And it was such a big scene, guys. I was like, oh my god, this has to be a dream or something. I was expecting someone to wake up and say, "Guys, we gotta find Allison." I thought it was giving me a dream, but it wasn't a dream. And it's incredible that they found Allison. It's so cool that the way they found her. That scene was just so well done. I think the way they did that was just really, really, really well done, and I just really loved the way it was done. I thought that was great. So yeah, I really like that. I really like that scene. I thought it was very well done, and I really liked it. Just the way that all worked out was great. Because, it's definitely going to be very interesting seeing what happens now that Allison is alive, and she's going to be working with them now. How did she fake her death? Who did this to her, basically? Why did she fake her death? Who is out to get her? And we see Ezra. He comes up to, Aria, and he comes up to Aria, and he gives her, her cell phone, said, "You forgot your cell phone." So that's basically how that ended. Then we get to the end of Ravenswood, and we see that Ravenswood ends with we see Caleb's gravestone, and that's his gravestone, basically. And we see that he has a gravestone there, and we don't know why. So Caleb is probably going to die in Ravenswood. So yeah, that was the episode. It was amazing. It was great. It was a great Halloween episode. I thought it was incredible the way they did it. I thought it was very well done. Let me know what you guys saw of the Halloween episode. What is going to happen now that Allison is alive? What is going to happen for this, show? Well, how is this going to change everything? What do you think is going to happen with Hanna and Caleb? Do you think their relationship is over? And Ezra, what do you think the real Ezra really wants to do? That's it for my review. Hope you enjoy. I will watch Ravenswood tomorrow, but not today. But I'll see you guys in the next video, which will be Total Drama All-Stars. So see you then. Bye.